growers and showers.
Ooh.
So, Doc, is this urban legend?
There is some validity to this. There are certain men that have larger appearing members when they are flaccid, and others who gain length when they are aroused and get an erection. There isn't really an effect necessarily on the difference between being someone who grows and someone who ends up showing off later in terms of how it affects your sexual health. But there does seem to be a difference between men who grow when they're aroused and men who have a naturally larger member when they're flaccid.
So, Joe, grower or shower?
Well, I don't know if this is distraction, but this is actually life size. I think I'm going to speak on behalf of the ladies here, and I think if a guy keeps telling you he's a grower instead, you're within your rights to say, well, what time does the show start? They don't want to hear about last night's crowd. That's the first rule of show business.
For sure. And I like the concept of the growers, Doc. You know, it kind of reminds me of the little engine that could. I think I can. I can get there.
You betcha.
Dr. Gonzales, I wonder what other topics we can get into here.
Why don't we talk about duration, right? I get asked that question a lot.
Yeah.
Like what's a normal time to ejaculation? So let's do a quick survey here, okay?
Okay.
What do you guys think is the average time it takes to achieve ejaculation? Our options here, let's say 2 minutes was one. How about 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 50 minutes? What do you guys think? While you guys are writing your answer, I'm going to share a little story. So I had a patient come in recently, and he said, Doc, every time I have sex, my penis ends up hurting. And he says, you know, every time I have sex, it's around 45 minutes. And I looked at him almost in shock, and I said, well, if you're having sex for 45 minutes, of course your penis is going to hurt. And what he didn't understand is that the answer to the question that we just asked is 5 minutes.
I lied. I said 15 in my dreams.
I went with B, so I got it right.
Okay.
Get that into
Right
the frame
on.
there, like that.
Yeah.
But for me, I go with D because I also include dinner. From earlier in the evening is part of the foreplay.
That means you're growing during the dinner. I like that.
Yes, I call it dinner and a show, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
All right. Josh and Joe, thank you for all your ballsy information. It's been explosively informative.
Thanks, guys.